welcome back to our discussion about full season capability for RVs and trailers. In our previous video, we covered walls, roof, floor. In this video, we'll talk about underbelly, meaning protecting water lines, pipes, water tanks. There are two more parts, that will be out, so stay tuned. And we will be focusing on the trailer's capability straight from the factory, not like aftermarket modifications. So let's go. Well, even the best trailers inherit some weak points like gray tank outlet or low point drains. Those can be easily mitigated by simple solutions like heated tape or insulated wrappings. So I want to acknowledge it, but we're gonna put those aside. And let's acknowledge the obvious, that the best insulator is actually a trapped air. So with sub-zero temperatures, the colder it gets, it is highly recommended to use coating. And again, there are things you can do. You can do some modifications for your trailer, adding this, sealing that. But this video is about factory built options. So now let's jump to computer. Let's talk about levels of protection, and we will start with no protection. So fully exposed underbelly, pipes, tanks, water lines, wiring, completely unprotected, visible from below. So physical damage, cold damage, you name it. So it's something like this. It's that's definitely not a 4-season trailer. Not even like 3-season. I don't know. Or like another picture right here. So you can see it's not a very good trailer. So let's close this. Now let's talk about the next one. So we do have like trailers covered with corrugated plastic, coroplast, or cardboard-like materials. Lines and pipes are still exposed, actually similar to the previous picture. So, but the idea is that a thin, flexible sheet like coroplast provides minimal coverage, but critical components like water lines and pipes remain partially or fully exposed. Some manufacturers, and this is important, okay, some manufacturers, and I've seen it, often hype this as extreme duty, heavy duty underbelly, but this is just what I call a marketing bluff. So low-end models touting upgrade packages without substance, okay, and this is the materials that's been used, okay, so it's kind of plastic-ish material that they put on the belly, put some screws, and it's now extreme duty protected. So again, total nonsense. There's nothing even to talk about here. Okay, the next one is enclosed with corrugated plastic or cardboard, but no insulation. So it is enclosed. When you look underneath, it looks like enclosed. So underbelly fully covered and enclosed using coroplast or similar lightweight materials, hiding all components. However, there is no added insulation, so it relies solely on the enclosed for basic protection. These are basic 3-season trailers where enclosures are an entry-level thermal feature. So let's see. And this is, what I meant. So you have like in this trailer, you can see it's kind of fully covered. And there's another one right here. So it's again, see, like on this picture, it is fully covered. So now we're getting the 4-season kind of realm. And so enclosed with corrugated plastic, cardboard, and insulation. So these two, like this, definitely no insulation, you can see. And it's even actually some wooden parts here, so this thing's gonna rot. But here I cannot tell if there's an insulation or not, but let's assume there is an insulation, so it falls under this category. So building on the previous level, this adds a basic insulation like fiberglass or thin foam. The enclosure hides everything, which is already good, and some models claim heated underbelly via indirect furnace warmth. So this is quite often when you see like a northern package, Arctic package, thermal package, winter, you name it. Quite often our marketers create an impression like you can go to like North Pole with this trailer. but in most cases, this is what it's gonna be, okay? However, this coroplast can sag, tear from impacts, and trap moisture, leading to mold and rot. Insulation is often inadequate for sub-zero temperatures. And again, like with this protection, if you got a cut, right, and moisture get in, let's begin with the fact that usually they're not like tightly sealed. But I wanna keep this to the end of this video. So the idea, once you get the moisture in, whatever insulations I have inside, it makes no difference, right? So insulation is often inadequate for sub-zero temps, and the underbelly isn't truly heated despite claims lacking dedicated elements. And this is important. Air leaks are common, greatly reducing efficiency. So even if it's kind of looks enclosed and you kind of have an insulation there, you will be burning your propane like crazy. It just, I don't know if it's it's gonna be an expensive four-season trailer. Let me show you this. And this photo demonstrates, like how easily these, materials can be damaged. So, okay, now we're getting to the proper four-season trailers. So they fully enclosed, insulated, heated, and protected. So we're talking about robust factory built, designed for sub-zero use with durable protection, high quality insulation, and integrated heating. So it could be diamond plate, aluminum, or puncture resistant metal plates, fully enclosed and so with the metal protection, like with my trailer, it's like fully enclosed belly, and I mean you can like puncture it. Well, I mean, if you try really hard with some tools, yes, but it is designed to protect you from debris, from the stones and all that. Then you have rigid foam insulation, so it's closed cell for moisture resistance, lining the panels, trapping non-moving air. For excellent thermal performance, you have electric heating pads on all water tanks to prevent freezing. You have dedicated ducts direct warm air into the underbelly base, and susceptible zones maintaining warmth in those areas. And you have like a proper like a transcore composite floor, which we covered in the previous video, that provides excellent insulation and prevents heat escaping your living space, let's say that fast, like in so many other trailers. So the idea here, we need all these components. That's what I'm trying to say. We need that protection, solid protection, so your underbelly is not gonna be damaged. Then we need a proper insulation, and we want to make sure there are no leaks, it's airtight. Then we want to make sure we have heated pads on the tanks, and then we want to make sure so your furnace, so it will be ducted to the underbelly, so you have warm air getting into the underbelly. So heated pads, insulation, ducted hot air, and the protection. So all this should be present. Then we can call it like proper four-season trailer. And even with this protection, as I just mentioned outside, if it gets like to minus 15, minus 20, you know what? I will consider, and I'm talking Celsius because I'm in Canada, I will consider skirting, right? It will help me to save on propane and just make things more comfortable. So in here, yeah, we'll talk about air sealing a little bit later. I just want to show you the followings first. So there is a
residential wall and
so there's a factory tour by RVs of America. You can find it on YouTube. So it's by ROA Off-Road 2023 Post Factory Episode 1. Excellent, just watch it. You will see the quality behind these trailers. So the idea is you have this protected underbelly, then they have 1-inch residential type foam insulation. So you see like it's properly enclosed, it's very high-end insulation. And then I have like a timestamps here on purpose that I created on purpose. Okay, so in this picture you can see on the side, so they actually seal all the corners and edges. They make it like airtight, right? So there won't be any air leaks. Yes, they put insulation, which is great, but now we need to make sure it's all sealed in the corners and on the edges. And then finally, let's go to the next one.
Together.
And this is the transcore floor with insane R value, and it's like one piece composite floor, very expensive. And even like Airstream trailers, they use transcore floor, I believe, as well. So very good materials. So that's what I wanted to show you. And finally, now let's talk about air sealing. So air sealing is a critical factor. Enclosed doesn't mean equally sealed. And this is why I show you this example with the Reboot and Post trail. So all Pause and Reboot lineup, this is how they structure their underbelly and floor. They all share the same build. So with lower tier materials like coroplast or cardboard are vulnerable to damage, which I already showed you, from road hazards, and even animals could be like mice. And once torn, any initial sealing is compromised. So, and poor sealings also invites mice, insects, and moisture, leading to bigger issue. Even in enclosed trailers, gaps around penetrations, like plumbing for wiring, allow cold air infiltration and warm air escape. Back to this video. And why? Yes, this is more expensive process, and yes, these trailers cost more, but you know what you're getting, right? It's like robust, hack riveted, massive aluminum frame in fully protected underbelly with aluminum plates, insulation, air sealing, heated pads, you name it. And then, so what else left? So if the underbelly isn't airtight, you will experience significant heat loss, which is true. Burning through propane fast to maintain interior warmth. So improper four-season builds like Pause, factory sealing creates a tight envelope trapping non-moving air for superior insulation. So here's an example of protecting underbelly, and I hope this gives you a little bit more better idea about all these four-season claims. In the next video, we will cover heat and power, and then in the part 4, we'll cover some extra, but not like the major contributors to the four-season capability, but still, we'll cover those and we'll kind of summarize it. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.